What up, what up, what up? It's the Puerto Rican Kid. Well, it's Kevin Garcia, a.k.a. the Puerto Rican Kid, KG. This is Fight Hype, and I want to welcome you all back to another episode of No Holds Bar. If y'all joining me today, which I'm about to pop in the chat and see who's here as a, repeat guest, I appreciate that. If you're a new guest, certainly appreciate that. Rock with us. But for those of you who are unaware, for those of you who are unaware, I'll just give you a little insight. So No Holds Bar is a new segment we have on Fight Hype. Essentially, we're getting your favorite fighters, notables, managers, trainers, promoters, whoever's boxing related, boxing adjacent, to come on the segment and, of course, catch us up with themselves first and foremost, only right. Let us know what they have going on, and then give us their perception on everything hot today in boxing. So we're going to get rolling here today in just a little bit. We have a special guest for those of you who showed up because you knew who was going to be here. I can't wait to bring our guest on today. And for those of you who are unaware, we'll just leave it a surprise for a little bit. But I could tell you that we definitely have a GOAT, a legend, probably somebody that most of you already know of, are very familiar with. And for those of you who are uneducated, you're going to get a lesson today because this man definitely shares his thoughts. And his mindset has some of the best boxing breakdowns that there are. But while we wait for him, really invite you all to hop in the chat. Again, if you're here because you saw the promotion, you know who's going to be on. Get those questions ready. Load them in the chat. Let us know what you're thinking. Feel free to share your thoughts. I will definitely be reading the chat. And if I see something noteworthy, I'll make sure to address it. If I see a good question, I'll make sure to ask it. If you have a super chat, no doubt, we'll get right to it. I see Mike J already in the chat. Yo, Mike, what up? Appreciate you joining. Thank you very much. Is it your first time here, Mike? Let us know in the chat. If you're a repeat guest, thank you for coming back. We've got a lot more planned in the very near future. I see the chat filling up. That's what's up. So as y'all come in, just to kind of reiterate, my name is Kevin Garcia, a.k.a. the Puerto Rican Kid, KG. This is Fight Hype, and you're now live on an episode of No Holds Bar. This is episode number 4. We've been moving pretty quick for y'all since we started this segment, and we're not slowing down. I could tell you we have plenty of other guests already in the pipeline. I'm looking to come on the show, and I got something very special for y'all coming next week. I drop a little hint. If you in Philly, you're going to want to tune in. If you appreciate Philly fighters, you're going to want to tune in. We got something coming for sure that's really dope. But for those of you who are here for a particular reason, we'll get right to it. Our guest today, again, is a legend. There you go. We got somebody in the chat already sharing their opinion. H Money Mob, what up? Negron Family Vlogs, what up? Shout out to Puerto Rico. Appreciate the support. Buddy, te agradezco. Gracias. But yeah, we got a very special guest. We're going to be covering a number of topics. So hot topics right now in boxing. Of course, if you're not aware, we're here in Orlando, Florida to cover this Tim Tszyu Murtazalia fight. There's a strap on the line in the 154-pound division that Tim is going to be fighting for. It's his first fight since his Fandor fight, which all of y'all who are aware know how that ended. It was a tough fight. Tim took a loss, his first loss, but it was definitely a fight that he gave his all, and it could have gone either way. So we're going to be talking about that. We're going to talk Beterbiev-Bivol talk for sure. Morel versus Benavidez, definitely going to be a topic. Canelo seems like he's getting in the mix. We're going to be talking about that. Canelo Crawford, right? Is that still a thing? Tank Roach, for sure. Devin lawsuit, definitely a hot topic that we'll be addressing today. So just a little bit of everything with the GOAT, with the legend, one of the greats. So again, just hang tight with us. He should be in this chat soon. If you already know who it is, that's what's up. Put it in the chat. There you go. Sportbox TV official with a question. What does Tarver think about the Devin Haney and Blair back and forth? We'll ask him. If we can get to it for sure. What else we got up in here? H Money Mob shouting our owner, Ben out. H Money Mob, appreciate the love for sure. Who else we got in here? Mike J, you said you kind of knew. No doubt, Mike J. Listen, rock with us, bro. When I tell you I'm busy, y'all. I'm bringing y'all exactly what y'all asking for, hot content. If we're not bringing you hot content, we creating hot content. So rock with us. This is Fight Hype. This is what we do. We're number one at this, and we're looking to reestablish that and provide to the fans who maybe were out there searching in other places why it is that Fight Hype leads the way. So just rock with us, man. Yeah, we got Ben, we're down in Florida causing trouble. I don't know, Ben, but we definitely getting some hot takes, man. If y'all didn't see, Gary Russell shared his thoughts yesterday. Gary Russell Jr. on DMV area, Tank Lamont Roach, and then got outside of that a little bit, even some Devin talk. So that's been going up. It seems like it's been getting some responses. Check that out for sure. We should have some more Gary talk today. We got some hot news from Gary. Definitely some tidbits I'm positive y'all be interested in, and we should have that for y'all later. Yeah, man. Devin and Blair. You know, we had Blair on No Holds Bar episode 2. And Blair rocked with us for 2 hours. Shared his thoughts. Really gave us some hot takes like only Blair could do. And he's getting some responses out there. You know, stuff that was never being talked about. Blair versus Devin Haney is now generating buzz, right? So you just never know. Let's see what we got in the chat. Ty Austin, do I think that Gary Russell is the best fight for Tank over Lamont Roach? I would like to see, don't get me wrong, if Gary gets that fight, I'll be happy for Gary. I rock with Gary. I rock with Lamont too. You know, I got love for all boxers, man. We don't pick sides over here. We just report. But at the end of the day, man, I'd be a fool. I'd be a liar if I told you that, you know, I didn't want to see Tank versus Shakur. That's what I'm interested in, you know. Tank versus Loma would have been dope. But at the end of the day, you know, he's a DMV guy, and you got other DMV guys who are familiar with him, who have shared the space with him, that want to fight him. And if they get an opportunity, look, I'm happy for all of them, man. Everybody go get your money. Now, as fans, right, not a reporter, just as fans, there's certain fights that we want to see. So I'll be foolish or remiss if I told you, nah, yeah, you know, I want to see Gary next. But if he gets it next, good for Gary. And we'll be there to support for sure. We'll be there to support. Minnesota Mick, Noonan Boy out here. He just hit me a second ago. But obviously I'm on the live. That's my guy. I don't know, Ben, if you get a second or something, shoot him a text, tell him to stop by. He could pop and say what up. We in the media room, so he's more than welcome. Yep, he definitely had a very nice interview with Costa Zoo, who's in America, folks, for the first time in years. He came all the way from Moscow, from Russia. And then, excuse me, I'm actually going to put myself on mute for 2 seconds. That's Antonio calling me. He might be having trouble. Hold on. Thank y'all. Sorry for that wait time there, guys. But just so y'all know, that was Champ. He's definitely going to be on soon. He's just running a little late. But everybody that's in the chat, just hang tight, rock with us. I just spoke with we'll let the cat out the bag for those of you who are unaware. Pretty sure most of you are aware. That's why you're here right now. We have legend, Florida legend, amateur and professional legend. I mean, just so many ways we can go. Lightweight champ, WBC, WBA, IBF, Lineal Ring Magazine champ, 2 divisions, IBO at the cruiserweight as well. Antonio Tarver, the Magic Man, he's joining us today. So just hang tight for a second. He'll be with us. But in the meantime, if y'all want to, you know, pop it in the chat, I'll definitely be addressing that. If y'all got questions, look, man, we got Antonio Tarver. If you got a question, come with it. That's what we're here for. We're going to get your questions over to Champ and let him answer them. I already have some folks who send me some. So to my supporters on Instagram, I'm at the Puerto Rican Kid KG on Instagram. The Puerto Rican Kid KG. I'll actually change that here on the Zoom so you guys have that. But follow me on there. You could definitely shoot me questions when we do these no hold bars. And I'll make sure to get them out to whoever our guests are. So there you go. I just changed my screen. You see my at. Feel free to follow. Feel free to join. Feel free to follow me on Instagram and, shoot me any messages you got. And when we do No Holds Bars, we'll get them out. Let's go to the chat a little bit. What we got in here that I might have missed. So Ty Austin, we addressed you already. Mike J said Beterbiev should get the winner between either Benavidez or Morrell. That makes sense. That makes sense, Mike J. But Canelo out there, as far as it's being rumored goes, Canelo's out there looking for his opportunity versus Beterbiev. So I don't know if those guys, Benavidez might have to, again, wait on Canelo, which is just how it goes when you consider the face of boxing, right? Not that we appreciate that or we don't. It's just a fact. If Canelo wants that fight, I think he'll get it before either one of those guys. So just be on the lookout, see what happens there at 175. Yeah, Mike, Blair Cobbs versus Haney would be dope. Who was talking about that? Who was talking about that 2 weeks ago? Just tell me. Tell me anybody that was talking about Blair Cobbs versus Devin Haney 2 weeks ago. Nobody. Now they're on the internet talking to each other, and we never know what we'll get. That would be an interesting fight. Devin, I don't know how long he is for 140. He spoke about going to 147. Blair is at 147. Blair is coming off a big victory over Adrian Broner. Whether Adrian was out the ring, or he had a long layoff or whatever, a victory is a victory, win is a win, and Blair got that win. So he's definitely in contention, or I would hope to get a bigger fight. And why not? Devin's on the comeback. Unless Devin's fighting Ryan next, I see Blair as a good opponent for him. I think they're at the right spot in both their careers where that fight makes sense. Devin wanted to fight Broner, right? So you see that in the chat. Devin wanted to fight Broner. Broner lost the fight to Blair. Why not fight Blair? Makes sense. Blair put on a hell of a performance. He definitely brings the promo. It would be a great fight. It would be a great fight. Bear with me, y'all. Tonio's calling me. Bear with me. We good, guys. They pulling up right now, so just hang tight. But either way, yeah. Beterbiev would hurt Canelo, in my opinion, and would do worse. Beterbiev would hurt Canelo and would do worse than what Bivol did. I mean, yeah, yo, Mike, you're entitled to your opinion, right? And I can't say I disagree with you. I think it'd be a tough fight. But, we saw what somebody who's a little mobile could do, right? And I don't think Canelo's as mobile as Bivol. I don't think anybody is mobile at Bivol at that weight class. He's one of one. But I think Canelo got the tools in his bag to make it an interesting fight. Could be a very interesting fight. Or it could be a one-sided victory. We'll never know. But who has ever really hurt Canelo? And if that's Beterbiev's go-to, he's going to hurt him. Well, we've seen Canelo get hit by Triple G. Now it's a different weight class. For sure, but we've seen Canelo take some big punches in his career, so you just never know. Minnesota Mick, what you agreeing with, Minnesota? Put it in the chat. You agreeing with Blair Cobbs versus Devin Haney? How do you think that fight will go? Let us know. Let us know. Who else we got up in here? Man, we got a couple of y'all rocking steady. Like I said, when Champ comes in here, I'm sure those numbers is more people gonna join in. So if you ain't told nobody yet, you got a friend that enjoys boxing, that likes to hear live boxing talk, invite them in. Invite them in. Everybody's welcome. Everybody's welcome. Doors wide open. You ain't got to knock. You ain't got to knock. Just come on in. But feel free to keep sharing your thoughts in the chat. Like I said, this is No Holds Bar. It's episode 4. In just the last 2 weeks, we've given you Danny Garcia and Camille Moulton. That was episode 1. We had a Blair Cobbs, episode 2, which is now creating some buzz in different ways. Episode 3 was with my man Jamel Heron. Very unique perspective on many things, including the Lamont Roach tank fight. So, that was a great breakdown. So if you're looking forward to that Lamont Roach tank fight and you want to see what a guy who fought Lamont and beat Lamont thinks and get some really good insight and perspective, I would tune into that. You can find those all on FightHype under the live tab. They're there for you to watch and enjoy. We talked to Jamel and both Blair for a good amount of time, each one of them, and we covered a lot. So there's more than enough content there for you guys to get your fill.
Recording in progress.
And hear what's going on. But either way, for all y'all coming in, I see we got more people joining. This is Kevin Garcia, a.k.a. the Puerto Rican Kid KG. This is FightHype. This is No Holds Bar, episode number 4. Today we got a legend. We got a GOAT. We got a Florida legend. We got an American legend. We got a amateur legend, and that's the Magic Man himself, Antonio Tarver. You already know, light heavyweight champion, cruiserweight champion. You know, held the straps WBC, WBA, IBO, IPF, ring, the ring Lenio. You know, this is a guy who's very accomplished, who has a great, great background, and who gives some really, really good boxing breakdowns. So if that's what you enjoy, you're gonna get it today. I can promise you. Just hang tight with us. I know we're a little bit behind, but Champ is just running a little late. I have talked to him. He'll be here any minute now. So just rock with us. And again, think of those questions. Think of those questions, y'all. Y'all got Antonio Tarver here. Direct link. I mean, we couldn't bring it to you any better, right? Whatever you want to ask the champ, it will be asked. So put it in the chat. Elry says, I don't think Canelo wants the Beterbiev smoke. It's all about the money now. He can make as much fight in number 8 rank. Look, you're talking about the business side of things. Canelo could get to the bag. You're right. He could get to the bag. Me versus Canelo will be a check for him, right? And I bet you people would tune in, not for me. But, you know, he got his fan base. His fan base is strong. And, you know, at the end of the day, Canelo's in that position for a reason. He has went through the fire. So this isn't like anything new for him. And yeah, he's in a position where he can make picks. Hold on, y'all. Antonio calling me. I think he's just trying to find where we at. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. Champ is on his way. He's walking in. He's just trying to find the room that we in. That's all. My bad, y'all. Appreciate y'all for holding tight. That was Champ. He's again, we're in Orlando. We have the Caribe Royale in Orlando. Excuse me, in Orlando, not Rolando. I know a couple Rolandos though. But we're at the Caribe Royale in Orlando for this Tim Tszyu Merzaliev fight. There's a strap on the line, 154 pounds. Tim Tszyu's comeback fight after his Sebastian Fundora loss, unfortunately. But Champ is on his way. He's in the convention center, or excuse me, in the Caribe Royale right now, just trying to find the convention center. It's not very far from the main entrance, so he should be here any second. Again, if you got any thoughts, make sure you share them in the chat. I'm paying attention to the chat. Any questions at all, you know, let us know. You got Antonio Tarver here. But either way, just another moment. Let's see what we got. Anybody in there? Yep, you see Champ, he hopped in the chat himself. So if you look in the chat, y'all, Champ is letting you know he's on his way. Mike J says, do you think Tank should move in weight? So I mean, he's fought at 140, right? Or at least close to it. I'm pretty sure, done catch rates like that. But yeah, I mean, look, Tank should fight wherever he feels comfortable fighting in between the two weight classes. I think either one he's fit for. I think he's better at 135. But at the end of the day, you know, it's about where Tank feels comfortable. If Tank's comfortable at 135, then stay at 135. Just fight the best there, right? Same thing at 140. We want to see the best fights. And, you know, we'd love to see him against another champion, against another top contender. That's what the fans want from Tank. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But on the flip side, and, you know, nobody wants to hear this side of it, when you put yourself in that position, just think about yourself. You put yourself in a position to make decisions. You put in the work and you get there. You tend to follow your own direction, right? No matter what the outside noise is. So it's tough. We're in a tough position, and it's boxing sometimes for better or worse. But we'll see what Tank decides. Hopefully, we see him against a champion. Hopefully, we see him against a top contender at 135. Everybody again wants to see the Shakur fight more than anything. We love to see that. Shakur wants that fight. I don't think there's a doubt. It's all about making it happen. It's all about making it happen. Taniel Negron, thank you so much. Tuned in from PR. Gracias, Bori. Te agradezco. For sure, yo. All my Puerto Ricans who joined this chat, appreciate y'all. All my New Yorkers joining this chat, appreciate y'all. Everybody joining this chat, appreciate y'all. I'm Kevin Garcia, the Puerto Rican Kid KG. Definitely put it on where I can. From Brooklyn. If anybody was interested, I'm from New York originally, but we 100% represent the island. It's where my mother and father's from. So shout out to all the Puerto Rican fans. MS, I see you. You took a message back there. If you pop it back in there, I'll address it for sure. MS says, stoked about Daniel Blancas. He's coming up in Mexico, finally entering the U.S. boxing stage. We'll be on the lookout for sure. Mike Judge says, who do I think has a better future, Boots or Shakur? It's a tough one. That's a tough one because I think both those guys, not based on my opinion, I think if you ask them, they'd say they want to prove themselves against the best. And I don't think we've seen that happen yet, right? I don't think we've seen Boots against a guy that we could say, kind of like Bud. Bud waited a while. And we've seen him beat a lot of great fighters, but we wanted to see him beat those names. And he beat that Sean Porter, and that was exciting. And then he got the Spence fight, and that was exciting. That's what we wanted to see Bud do, and he did it. And now he's stamped. So when we say who's going to have a better career, I think we need to see Shakur and Boots put in a position where they're getting that kind of fight. And if they are, then there's, and they win, then we could then make a judgment then, right? But I see you, MS. Daniel Blancas trained under Benavidez Sr. Got you. That's funny because I'm with, I was with David yesterday. So if y'all haven't checked it out, or excuse me, Jose. I was with Jose yesterday, Jose Benavidez Sr. yesterday. If y'all haven't checked it out, we have a video up right now. It's Senior's first reaction to Rayo leaving him. So if you want to know what Senior thought, how he received the news, how he was told, what he thinks, was there any foreshadowing or anything like that he was aware of? Please check out those videos. They're on FightHype right now. Benavidez Sr. shares his thoughts. And it was very interesting, his take on it. I'll let you know right now. Hold on one second. Bear with me, guys. Okay. Just giving them some directions to where we at. Okay. Hold on one second, y'all. Rock with me. Appreciate y'all. And again, thank you for hanging tight. Champ is just a little late, but he'll be in here any second. Okay, so getting back to the chat, let's see who's in there talking about what. Got you. Daniel Blancas is on the Tim Zoo card this week. I'll keep him on. Seems like you're a big fan, MS, and I appreciate that because if you're advocating like that, then that tells me you have some sort of appreciation and you appreciate how he fights. So we'll look out for Daniel this weekend. We definitely tune in. He wasn't here yesterday when they did the weigh-ins. It was only the main card, so I didn't run into him. But I appreciate you familiarizing me with him. Definitely gonna see what's up. Hold on one second, y'all. Here comes Champ again. He's just trying to find his room. What's up, Slim? Hey, y'all. I'm sorry, but Champ just can't find his room and he's stuck outside. So I'm gonna have to go get him. Hang tight. I'll be right back. 1 second, y'all. All right, everybody. We had a little technical difficulties, but we got the champ with us, and we gonna just do it like this for y'all. So I know y'all can see champ. I move over a little bit, and so y'all can focus in, and we just start rolling. So give me 1 second, champ. Let me just pull something up, and we'll get right to it. But how you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm excited about tomorrow. You know, Tim Zoo.
Yeah.
Looking to get back in the winning bracket and the winning circle. So I'm excited to see what how he's been working and what he's going to put on display tomorrow.
For sure. So look, obviously for all y'all who are familiar, I don't need to introduce this man, but maybe some aren't, and regardless, he deserves them. So we're gonna go ahead and roll that out. Look, we got a living legend with us, a Florida legend, a boxing legend, amateur and professional, 2-division champ. Held titles WBC, WBA, IBF, Ring Magazine, lineal champ, IBO champ at the cruiserweight level. If y'all not aware, this is the only man in boxing history to have won gold at both or at the Pan Am Games, the Worlds, and the U.S. Nationals in 1 year. Nobody's ever done that. Not one other boxer. I just want to thank you, champ.
Thank you, my man. The kid.
Yeah, you already know. Appreciate your time. So, champ, look, here on No Holds Bar, what we like to do is obviously catch the fans up with yourself and then get your take, or should I say Tarver's take.
Tarver's take, baby.
Tarver's take on all the hot topics in boxing. So, Tarver's take, by the way, if y'all unaware, is definitely something that y'all should be checking out. Antonio has some of the best breakdowns in boxing, and we're honored because he doesn't do this often. This is not something that you'll catch Antonio doing with many people. So we appreciate the opportunity, and we look forward to delivering you guys some great content today. I see y'all in the chat. I'm watching the chat. Y'all got questions, deliver them. Some people hit me on Instagram with some great questions for Champ. We're going to ask him. But if y'all want to know anything, this is y'all opportunity. I bring him to you live and direct. Make the most of it for sure. So look, let's get right into it, champ. With all the accolades I just listed, 2-division champ, you held all the straps, the only man in boxing history to win gold at all those competitions, World, Pan Am Games, U.S. Nationals in the same year. I want to start by asking you something. Are you ever shocked or bothered that you're not in the Hall of Fame?
No, because, I'm a realist. I understand, that my road and my journey was a little bit different and unique, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna, I had to work extremely hard, man, for everything I got. And nothing was ever given to me. In fact, I felt that my road was harder than most. You feel me? And to be able to still stand on that mountaintop when it was all said and done and prove that at my day I was the best in the game. I mean, that's enough for me. You feel me? Like, I know who I am. I don't need, it would be nice, but it's not necessary for me to know who I am and what I've done and my place in history when it comes to the boxing game. The whole game has been in denial for a long time, bro. We know that. And I ain't trying to, I'm just trying to be me and show the world a difference. You feel me?
Yeah, I do.
Let my actions and what I stand on be the difference. You feel me? And at the end of the day, my work that I put in gonna speak for me.
Absolutely. Look, your record, right? You're 31 victories, 6 losses. 3 of those losses, for y'all who are unfamiliar, this man avenged. 2 of those 3 losses he avenged by knockout. The other 3 could have gone either way. And obviously, Antonio feels he won all those fights. So when we're talking about it, you very well could be, you got 3 back, so we take those off. That's 34, 37, and 0, just like that, right? And I definitely wanted to ask you, because you have all the accolades, you've made history in so many ways, and we see guys in there with a lot less, So I appreciate your insight and feedback on there. And that's great. Sometimes in life, things might not go your way either way, but it's important that, you feel a sense of success, and it seems like you do. And I'm happy that you feel you don't need that, but I love to see you in there because I think you deserve that, champ, for sure.
Yeah, it's like, with me, man, it's like, I just feel that, it's a great thing to have on your resume, but I think when the people see me everywhere I go, that just, it speaks, you know what I mean? So whether if I'm ever acknowledged, because, a lot of times in order to acknowledge me, and they're gonna have to, you feel me, admit some things. You feel me? So the truth gonna always stand. And I just believe, man, in my time, I approached it the right way. I went about it the right way. And I felt like I was a great representative for the game. And I think that when you're looking at young fighters and how you would want them to approach the game, You know, I would like to see or have my hand in, you know, creating a lot of fighters in my image with my mental approach, with my insight. You feel me? And so when you put that on the table, bro, you know, 23 years of activity. The game never retired me. You ain't never see no referee standing over me counting. That's how it ends for 99% of them, bro.
Never been knocked out.
The game didn't retire me, so I walked away, and I'm here today. I'm able to speak, express myself, communicate in ways that, you feel me, some people may find surprising, but that's my gift, and I'm trying to get that gift back to the game. I did it the right way. I had some of the great trainers, bro, and it just kills me that I got so much information, critical experience and knowledge about the game. And I'm looking at these fighters that I know I can personally help and change their careers, bro. You feel me? I'm the magic man, and people need to understand what that means, bro.
Look, absolutely.
People need to understand what that means. They thought it was a fluke. It's not. It's real, bro. And energy can't be contained, bro.
Yeah. No, look.
Energy can't be contained. You know, and this energy need to be running through the boxing business. Truly, bro. And that's just how I feel.
Nah, look, again, really great insight, which takes me to my next question, right? Which is exactly that. Look, catch the people up on because obviously we know you got Tarver's take, but you know, Tarver's take is dope, and that's online. They can get your breakdown. But like you just said, there's so many fighters out there that can benefit from what you know. I mean, all the success you've had. Catch us up on who you're working with. Who would you like to work with? Who do you think could benefit exactly from what it is that you know? Like if you had to pick a fighter, what is somebody you see out there that you go, you know what? I know I could fix this with that fighter. Who would it be?
This man from top to bottom, bro. I'm looking at it, and I mean, I'm a harsh critic because you got to understand my optics are a little bit different. I mean, I'm looking at it through my experience. You understand? And I see a lot of these fighters, and I'm putting nobody down. It's just a lot of the lessons, and I've been saying this for a long time. You've heard me say there's not a lot of teachers in the game. Now you hear that word a lot in the game. There's not a lot of master teachers, master trainers. Everybody say there's levels, but they denying it. They in denial when they think they're on that level. You feel me? Because you know, I'm just saying it's a critical information. I have the experience and I have the knowledge, and I still have that fire, bro. You feel me? I still have that fire as if I had it before I retired. You feel me? I can see a lot of things that's going on from a training standpoint, but I can't speak on everything. There's only a few chosen ones, bro. You feel me? Everybody ain't gonna get it. But the few that does, the few that can rationalize and understand what I'm talking about, and if it hit you, then it might be you. That might be the guy I'm talking to. It ain't for everybody, because most of the shit gonna go over their head. And you know what I mean? Because a lot of time it has to be organic if it's gonna be for real. You feel me?
Yeah.
And that's how I always move, bro. Spiritually, bro. You feel me? I'm on a different level when it comes down to this shit, and I just wanna, you feel me, make a difference because I know I can. You know I can help some of these guys. And these guys,
I think you can too.
These guys carry world titles. These guys are the best in the game, but there are very few complete fighters. Complete fighters, and you see them.
Who would you consider complete fighter?
It's very few, if not none.
Is there one name you give me that you think is complete today?
Complete?
Yeah.
You gotta think, because you know that's a
Can I shoot a name?
That's a big question. And complete right now, with what he's doing at the level that he's doing at, Inoue looks like he could be that type of fighter. But again, it's about level of competition. You gotta be tried and tested at the very level, at the highest of heights. That's when all of the stuff come out. That's when you see at your best. You feel me? And we just enjoyed a pound for pound, undisputed type of fight. Just recently.
We're gonna talk about it.
Just recently.
Save it, champ. Save it. We're gonna talk about it real quick though, because we like addressing the chat while we're doing this. And there's some questions in here. We're gonna get to those questions in a second because we want to make sure we make the most of Champ's time. But I love me a hater. So no name. I just want to let you know something if you're unaware, right? And don't get me wrong. Well, I don't call you a hater on me, but I understand you're not showing Champ the most love right now on his accolades. So be aware. The person you named is not the only person he's beat. Champ has beat a lot of people. You know, go look you up Reggie Johnson. Go look you up Eric Harden, Montel Griffin, Glenn Johnson, Clinton Woods. Go look up those fights and then tell me that that person you just named is the only person he beat. And come back to the chat. We got time. We'll be here for a little bit, all right? Once you watch that, holler back at us, okay? But let's switch gears, Champ. Let's talk about it. So we're here in Orlando. And the fight that's popping, let's show us some respect and get your take on it. Tim Tszyu, Murtzaliev. This is his first fight back since that tough loss against Fundora. What kind of Tim Tszyu do you expect? And you know, a short one because we want to make sure we get through it. Just your breakdown. How do you see this fight going?
Well, obviously, it's a comeback fight for Tim Tszyu. I mean, everyone's expecting him to look like the Tim Tszyu of old. You know what I'm saying? And I think we'll be able to see that. I don't know what they've been working on. I haven't had a chance to really put his training camp under the microscope, but I think he's in there with a guy that's beatable. You know what I mean? A guy that have a loss on his record, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So you know, here's an opportunity to show the world that Tim Tszyu is still one of the biggest names and one of the best talents in the 154-pound division. Now, after this fight, then we can get excited about who's next. But Tim has to perform like the ex-champion that he is. You feel me? And as if he's desperately trying to get back on top of the division.
How do you see the fight playing out in terms of like who wins and how?
Well, his opponent,
he's unbeaten though, just so you know.
He's unbeaten. See, I don't know a lot about him. And I wasn't gonna put this fight on Tarver's take because I try to leave Tarver's take for the top echelon.
Ooh, we don't talk about him.
No, the big fights.
Yeah.
So every fight is not Tarver
fair enough
worthy. You feel me? Because I want to be able to show these guys the breakdown and the recap of the most important fights in the game that's taking place. You understand me? But Tim Tszyu has a lot of everything. Like I said, this guy, I don't know if he's a puncher. I don't know how many knockouts he have. I'm not truly familiar with his opponent. But this is all about Tim Tszyu. This whole setup, this whole stage is about him getting in here and showing that he's back. You feel me? Now, with Fundora, the man had a mountain to climb with that cut being within the first four rounds.
Yep.
Which, you know, technically, they should have never let that fight continue. Technically, by the rules. So they did what they did. Here we are now. Tim Tszyu had to sit back and wait. You know, Fundora, I don't believe has even fought since then, has he?
No.
Fundora been on a long, and this is what, as a professional fighter, ex-champion, these long layoffs, bro, is killing these champions, killing these fighters. The fighters aren't active enough. They're not active. You're going to lose what you don't use. We got to get these fighters fighting more. And that's for all the promoters and managers out there. You can't expect a fighter to come from a year or two layoff and perform. You're just putting your fighter behind the 8 ball. Give your man a chance to win if you really want to see him succeed. Can't have these fighters taking a year and a half, 2 years off, putting them back in a top fight and thinking that we're going to see the best fight. You feel me? Beterbiev had took some time off. I was thinking that it was just an off night, but it could have been Father Time knocking at the door. So, you know, I never did really close that up, and we'll wait till you answer that question. But I really want to talk on that too, because that was for undisputed.
Yeah, no, we take it there right now. We take it there right now. And I appreciate the Tim Tszyu insight. And I definitely wanted to give Tim that look because he's fighting this weekend and we wish Tim the best of luck. And you're right, this is set up for him to win and move forward. We'll see what happens. But let's get to it. Look, we just had a very big fight, right? A couple weeks ago or a week ago, Beterbiev-Bivol, they fought. First things first, thoughts on the fight.
First, the game soft as hell right now, bro. The game soft as hell. They trying to, file a complaint over a fight that was that close. Now, what they gonna do? Overturn the decision? You think they're gonna overturn the decision? So no. I mean, but when I put that fight, when I was watching that fight, bro, I was so frustrated Because I felt as if at any time, Beterbiev could have, if he would have landed 2 or 3 flush shots. Now, if that was Bivol being slick, if that was Bivol being 2 steps ahead of Beterbiev, then I give him all the credit in the world. But from where my eyes look, it just seemed as if this man could never get his timing, balance, or rhythm to land the significant, crucial shot, to land flush, to cause an accident that could have changed the tide completely. He never really landed the type of punches that we're used to seeing Beterbiev land on Bivol.
Yeah, but it was definitely a different Bivol.
It wasn't his speed. Was it?
Oh,
You know, I don't know. I give Bivol credit for lasting. I never thought he could last 12 rounds with Beterbiev punching, but Beterbiev never really. I don't think really got in his real rhythm in the zone. I don't think he ever got in the zone where he hitting flush, sharp punches and looking good. You know, I was curious to why every time Bivol threw his punches, he just covered up. Never once trying to set the counter. Never once trying to cause the collision. And then when he did have opportunities in the championship rounds, go back and look at the tape. He was too close. He was smothering everything. He didn't have his distance. So he wasn't sharp and he still won the fight.
What do you think about that? Do you think he won that fight?
When you look at it, the last 3 rounds, if the judges give the last 3 rounds to Beterbiev, he catches him and he passes him up by 1 or 2 rounds. That fight was that close. That fight was that close. I felt I would have wanted to see a lot more from Beterbiev. I was just sitting there waiting, anticipating, and wondering why he really wasn't pulling the trigger. You know, he's the monster. You know, he fought, but he didn't fight like the monster. The control, you feel me? Precise. There wasn't really a lot of precision there. He was throwing his hands, but his accuracy failed him. You feel me? And will we see the same fight? Or will we see a different fight in the rematch? You know, and I think the only way that there's some fairness in this, because a lot of people that's not in the game don't understand that when you lose a fight like that, you come in as the challenger the next fight. A lot of money is just switched hands from challenger to champion. You feel me? Now, if they want to make this fight right, they ran it the first time 50-50. I think this is a fight that you can call for 55-45. Champion, challenger. Now, if they want to be fair, that's how you award both of these fighters. You don't take nothing out of their pocket. Because if a challenger champion, it's a 70-30 split. That's a stretch.
Yeah.
That's a stretch. I heard some places 80-20. I don't know how it changes from one date to the next. I don't know, but if you want to be fair to Bivol for, you know, and all the controversy, don't overturn this, but make sure the man don't suffer financially for a fight that it could have went either way. You know, a lot of people says you disputed, blah, blah, blah. Run it back, 55-45, champion, challenger.
Gotcha.
You feel me?
Tell us though, champ. I gotta know. You heard the decision. Did you think it was the right decision? Should it have been a draw? Did you have Bivol winning?
When you look at how everything was being promoted, I thought they had Beterbiev on the grill. I thought they was cooking. And I was surprised. The way it panned out, and Bivol, I thought they had him on the grill. When they said Beterbiev, I was surprised that they gave him the decision. Because I was the one saying, no, but maybe they knew that knee was bothering Beterbiev. Maybe they had some inside knowledge that we didn't have. You feel me? And then when they was talking about the knee, 30 minutes before the fight, I kind of went, I'm like, okay, this is what it was. They knew that knee was bothering him or that he wasn't 100%. And then even though he fought, I don't think he fought like the Beterbiev we all expected. You know what I mean? Bivol, I think he fought about as good as he could with everything being considered. He went the distance with a monster. So that in itself got to let you know that Bivol IQ is up there. But again, when you see a guy, only thing he's doing is covering up, he could have really paced himself and really boxed Beterbiev to the point where he needed a knockout. Even though his corner was saying he needed a knockout, he truly needed a knockout to win. You know what I mean? When you look back at Trinidad De La Hoya, kind of give me those.
Yeah, it's funny. I was saying that.
De La Hoya kind of thought he had a lead. Maybe Bivol thought if he can just avoid the knockdown and the knockout, he cruised to victory. But you never know. You can't leave it in the judge's hands. So next time around, one of these fighters would be good to be trying to finish it within the distance.
Got you. So you fought at 175, had great success there, obviously. I got to know, champ, you were in that ring. How would you handle Bivol? How would you handle Beterbiev if it were you?
You know, with my skill set, you feel me? I could box with anyone. And then when it comes down to the power game, I can punch with anyone. And then my defense, the most underrated defense in boxing history. Because you don't get out the game 23 years looking like this.
Clean as a whistle, baby.
Never been cut, never been knocked out, never been cut. And we can do a survey on that. You know, how many people fought 20 years, never got cut? We can do that. So my thing is, bro, whether I ever get the accolades or not, whether I'm ever, you feel me, truly, you feel me, ever appreciated it, I did my thing, bro. And I was a menace. You feel me? Ain't nobody want to fight me. Come on, bro. Roy Jones was the most beloved fighter in the history of the game, almost.
Oh, we know that history.
You feel me? So, you know.
I got you, Slim.
I mean, that man was, you know what I mean? So, I'm a realist, bro. Like, all I was doing was chasing my dream. You feel me? That's it. And I didn't know any other way to do it. I trained to do everything I did. I prepared to do everything I did, and I believed in myself.
Oh, we know.
You know, what was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to do? You know, so my thing, I probably never get the credit, but I'm him.
There you go.
I'm him, bro.
If y'all wasn't aware.
I'm him. And that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No more, no less.
That's what we got you on No Holds Barred. We appreciate your presence.
But it ain't about me, bro. I did my thing. I'm cool with it. You feel me? I did my thing when it was my time. You understand? Now I telling the people, bro, I feel I'm the best trainer in the game. I don't even train nobody.
Oh, we gonna talk about that. The fans got questions.
Bro. You know what I mean? Come on. I can show you better than I can tell you. Put me behind. Let me show you. That's all I can. I ain't no more talking, bro.
We're gonna touch on that in 1 second. Let me ask you a question, champ, because Elry has a really good question. Elry, I got you. Elry said, who would you have seen as the tougher challenge for yourself, Beterbiev or Bivol?
Bro, we talking about me. You cannot ask me those questions, bro. Because I mean, come on. I mean, this me we talking about. you feel me? You know, it's me we talking about, bro. So I can't even say nothing because, you know, to be honest, I'm gonna tell you like it is. I'm gonna tell you like it is, bro. It's a different era, bro. It's a different era. It's a different time. You understand? I think, you feel me? Like, bro, when you look at, again, the heavyweight division, there's no American nowhere in the contention. There's something wrong with that, bro. I don't care what nobody say. And that shows you where the game is going.
Yeah. Let's talk about something else, Shane. So, thinking about 175, Morrell versus Benavidez just got announced. Got to get your thoughts on that fight.
Oh, boy. 175? Obviously, Benavidez moving up.
They both just had like a setup fight at 175.
I know, I saw that. That was a tough fight for Benavidez to move up.
Guys,
fight that monster. That was a good fight for the Morrell fight coming up. But again, what's Morrell record?
Morrell, he's got less fights.
9-0?
Yeah, he's got like 10-0, something like that.
11-0.
11-0.
Might be 11-0.
I'll tell you right now. Keep
So that in itself, you know, you gotta, and he's a talent. He's a talent. Been fighting amateur a long time though.
Cuba.
And Cuba, he has that Cuban style. We know. I mean, if you look at Laura, I mean, I think he can
11-0.
He can do some things of that nature. But again, it's levels to this. Benavidez has been in there where I think with proven fighters, and when you look at a guy like Plant, you feel me? It can, from the boxing standpoint, you have to favor Benavidez just because it just the
Pedigree.
The fighters that he's faced, and then 11 fights. I don't know if that's enough experience at this level. 12-round fight. I don't know if it's enough experience to dethrone and beat a hungry, undefeated David Benavidez at 75. I would have to lean right now with what I'm looking at. I ain't putting nothing under the microscope yet. I would have to lean toward David Benavidez in that fight. The power might edge go to Benavidez. The boxing edge might go to Morrell. And so slickness, Morrell, but David does have fast hands.
Activity.
He throw combination punch. And then he's taller than most of these guys. Once he start raining down on you, we see how he do that better than most. He can have his way with you. So, decision, Morrell gonna have to show us something.
Yeah.
Morrell gonna have to show us something that we don't know that he possessed. He gonna have to show us some edge to him. You feel me? We ain't seen too many people stand toe to toe with David Benavidez and bang. So we'll see if he can be successful doing that. If he can trap David, get David reaching and counter David. You feel me? With clean shots. Those are the things you would want to be looking for. That's a tough matchup. Morrell's not, give him a couple more 12-round fights. Because that distant fight is going to be tough. You feel me? When you only have 11 fights.
And only one at 175.
Yeah. So, they moving them quick. They moving these guys quick that have these long amateur pedigrees, this amateur background. They get them to the pro. They kind of move them quick because they're a lot better even coming in the game than most of these prospects. You feel me? So that stage between the first 10, a lot of those guys jump straight to that, like Lomachenko did. Jump straight through. They went, give me these killers. I'm ready.
Title fight in his third shot.
Yes. So, a lot of times with the amateur pedigree in the background, you can skip a lot and go straight to the prospect contentionship. You get your 4 or 5 fights. And if you have that ability, you'll be all right. You just got to get your conditioning up and to fight the long fight. Because it's ebb and flow. It changes a lot from a long fight to a 4-round, 3-round, 6-round fight. You know what I mean?
Especially when you're used to getting guys out of there with the power.
When you're facing real fighters that ain't gonna go. You feel me? That ain't just going in there just because they don't supposed to win. Some of these guys, dream big. You know what I mean? And they have goals of their own. So that's why it's important never to take none of these guys lightly. Train for the title every time. Train like you're training for the title every time, because one loss, you may be out of the title run. So everything is important.
So 175 to iron this out in that division. Obviously we just talked about Beterbiev-Bivol. You got Morrell, Benavidez, and just like boxing works,
it's gonna get crazy, boy.
Canelo's talking about coming in and fighting Beterbiev, right? There's no rematch clause for Beterbiev-Bivol, so really it's his decision. That's a big fight. I mean, it's a money-making fight. It's Canelo trying to become undisputed. It's Beterbiev with now a quote-unquote bigger name, right? If he gets that fight, does Canelo, he couldn't beat Bivol. We've seen why. The activity kind of stunted him a little bit. Maybe the size difference. What does Beterbiev present for Canelo, or vice versa? Matter of fact, let's go the other way. What can Canelo do to beat Beterbiev if he gets that fight? He couldn't beat Bivol.
I don't know. And Canelo was saying if Bivol would have won, he was going at Bivol. I don't think Eddie liked that fight the first time. And now Canelo is pushing to go. If Canelo is going to go 175, he's not fighting at 68 no more. Okay, we like that. But if he's going to campaign at 68, and now that David Benavidez is moving up, I think we've lost that fight altogether now. So I think Canelo, as a fight fan, I would have wanted to see that fight.
Canelo Benavidez. Yep, most of us did.
I would have wanted to see that fight. Now, when you set the table, Beterbiev, Canelo is not as fleet-footed as Bivol. Even though he don't move that much
Not
now.
like Bivol.
Canelo don't move that much anymore. And again, you hear the Bivol say that punching power still was there, even though he felt like he caught a lot of that stuff on the gloves. Look at his face afterwards. The one few times he did hit him flush was devastating. And if he could have landed a couple more fresh shots, I think he stopped him inside the distance. Now, with a slower Canelo, smaller Canelo coming up, I would hate to see Benavidez. Beterbiev landing shots on Canelo. Now Canelo, they probably height-wise, he probably won't have a big statue of size against Canelo. Canelo pretty thick. Size-wise, they could be looking at each other, but power, punching power. I just think Beterbiev hits a lot harder, man. And, it's a challenge for Canelo. It's one that he'll probably be going in as the underdog in that fight. But if, Canelo is a great fighter, all-time great, if anybody could, I know one thing, a bad night like Beterbiev had, that I thought he had, I didn't think he fought at his top level. If he fight like he fought Bivol, I think Canelo has a chance. If he can't land nothing solid on Canelo, Canelo got a chance. If he can avoid the big shot, and just like Bivol did, taking the distance, he got a chance. But if Beterbiev start cracking, start hitting him flush, bruh.
Might be all she wrote.
That's change. Yeah, that's fight changing. That's fight changing power. If Father Time wasn't the real catalyst in that fight against Bivol, and we won't know that until the rematch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How he feels going back to training camp. Can he get his balance much better? Can he get his timing much more accurate? Because he missed a lot of punches in that fight that could have changed the game.
There you go. So Canelo, right now, no fight set. Good push for the Beterbiev. With, the kind of money he generates, I'm sure he could get it if he wants. Benavidez got morale, like you said. Favorite Benavidez. I think most people will. He'll probably end up being the favorite. Let's say he wins that fight. Who do you think presents the bigger challenge to Beterbiev? Benavidez or Canelo?
To Beterbiev, yes, I think Benavidez does because of the size. The size, he's a natural light heavyweight. You feel me? He's a big guy. He'll have height and reach over Benavidez and Beterbiev, and he can box. David can box a little bit. So, I think if he can avoid getting cracked, because I tell you, Beterbiev still the hardest puncher in the game. Beterbiev still the hardest puncher in the game, and I believe in his power until I see otherwise. You know what I mean? The reason he didn't get Bivol out of there, and maybe it was all Bivol, but he never was able to land a flush knockout shot where he really measured him and got it in there. I didn't see that shot all night.
Yeah.
I didn't see that shot all night. Even the uppercut was grazing him. It wasn't smushing him like you normally see. The two uppercuts they showed the highlights of, they didn't hit him flush. And that was Beterbiev all night.
Yeah.
Missing by just a little bit.
You think David, with his height, his length, the way that, he's active, the way that he can measure, you think he would have a better shot than Canelo, though, versus that Beterbiev, or versus Beterbiev in that fight? I
think so, because of his size, height, and reach.
Yeah.
And the way Beterbiev is a lot more aggressive. See,
yeah,
I can see him backing Beterbiev up. I can see him backing him up with that jab, and you feel me? So, David got some shit with him.
Yeah,
David got some shit with him.
So shout out David.
Shout out Canelo. So does Canelo. But I just think the height and reach will give Canelo some problems.
Gotcha. Yeah, I do. Okay, so should Canelo be focused on trying to get that 175 fight against Beterbiev, or should he take the fight that bona fide, undisputed champion and Bud Crawford has been calling for the last year almost? The smaller man, maybe a bigger fight in terms of two names, or the bigger guy and the glory?
I like that. I like it because I really love Crawford. I want to see him get an opportunity to fight Canelo just to prove
greatness,
just to prove it. You feel me? I think that fight happens if the Beterbiev and Bivol rematch goes forward. The rematch for undisputed goes forward. I think that'll leave Canelo out there on that island, he'll probably want to have a big fight that can compete and draw like the other fights. So if he don't fight Beterbiev and Beterbiev give Bivol a rematch, I think that'd be a perfect time to bring a Crawford Canelo to the surface. You feel me?
Mhm.
And see how that play out. Just for both legends to get what they want to get off. You know what I mean? I would have to say, because of the size and power and Bud moving up, you would have to favor Canelo because of that. But I'm still gonna be looking for a guy like Crawford. If anybody can upset Canelo at that level, at that moving up, it'll be a guy with the skill set of a Crawford and the toughness of Crawford. Now that last fight, Madrimov showed us a lot. Now,
do you think Bud is not getting enough credit for how much he showed though?
He did show a lot, man.
Didn't he?
He did show a lot because he controlled him with his boxing. A lot of times you ain't gotta be punching to control somebody in the ring. So Bud was able to control him. He knew he could stand in there and exchange, so he boxed him, countered him, in and out. He boxed him all night, made Madrimov kind of get desperate down the end, even though Madrimov stayed in there, and I knew it would be a tough fight. But Bud passed all the tests. We know he got a chin. He got cracked a couple times.
He did.
You feel me? With
Flush.
a couple right hands.
Flush.
And, you know, that's what I was looking to see. Could he take a punch from a 54-pounder? And we know Madrimov is not Canelo and not none of them other boys.
Nah, he's strong though.
He's strong as the ox. You feel me? So Crawford proved he had a chin. But I don't think he like getting touched by them 54 pounds. I don't think he like getting touched by them 54 pounds. It ain't nothing nice. It's different.
Yeah.
That weight with that punch is a little bit different. You know what I mean?
So I know your time is limited. I want to make sure I get your insight on a couple of things. So let me just ask you one question really quick before we move on to Tank Roach, which I'm sure the fans would love to get your take on. You mentioned anyway before when you said complete fighter. Do you think Bud's a complete fighter?
Oh yeah. Will
you put him on Tarver's list of complete fighters today?
Complete fighters. Bud proved that. Boxer, puncher, counter puncher. Boxer, puncher, counter puncher, can do it all. Inoue is one of those guys. Canelo is one of those guys. You know, it takes a lot of experience to become a complete fighter. And this is where the gap is. You know, they want to get up there without the experience factor. And if you're not getting the experience, you got to get the experience from somewhere, from somebody that got it. You feel me? 23 years of it. Ain't nothing I haven't seen in the ring.
Why aren't you training somebody notable today?
I mean, it just hasn't, it ain't.
That was a fan question.
It ain't God's time yet. It ain't God's time yet, but I know it's coming because I've always been able to see my future clearly.
Gotcha.
That's called foresight.
Yep, absolutely.
You know
absolutely.
what I mean?
And manifesting too.
Yeah, and manifestation. That's been always my thing spiritually. You feel me?
Facts. Okay, champ. Because again, I know you're limited on time. I want to make sure I get your thoughts on this. Tank Roach, was it the right opponent for Tank? Lamont Roach.
After further review, I think it probably was the only opponent. You know, with all the other guys, you know,
no Loma,
with everything being
Shakur
considered.
injured.
Yeah, with everything being considered, it's probably the only guy that makes sense. You know, he's a regional American guy that we all know. You know, the hood know who Roach is.
The MV guy.
The culture know who Roach is. We
Goes
definitely
back
know.
with Tank.
We definitely know who Tank is. So this would be one of those fights that, you know, Tank gonna be able to perform. Roach gonna have to be at his best, but Tank gonna perform. You know, I don't see an upset in this fight. I don't see the Tank train being derailed no time soon. You feel me? The guy's just, like I said, complete fighter, can do it all, box, got a high IQ, and he's a gambler in there. He take risks in the ring like nobody else. You know what I mean? You know, you get your shot off, but then he gonna get his off. And that's when shit get crazy. You feel me? When he start landing his. So, yeah, I can't wait for that fight, man. I hope Roach comes with his best game plan. And that's what these fighters are supposed to do. Give themselves the best chance to win. I just think, you know, Tank is a big mountain to climb, man. And when he's on his game, he's hard to beat, if not impossible to beat.
Is this a pay-per-view worthy fight?
Is it pay-per-view?
Yeah.
I can't.
Would you pay $8 to watch it?
Who, me personally? Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna rain on nobody parade, but it is what it is. I ain't here to be no critic. I ain't here to down nobody. It's It's fair game for everybody. If they feel like that's the price, that's the price. I ain't got no issue with nothing.
No picks.
But
Got you.
you know, it's a pay-per-view world now, but every fight is not a pay-per-view fight when you looking at, you know, where we going with both of these guys. But they gonna sell because Tank got the culture and he's a star.
Yeah,
Sell.
I was just gonna say, especially when you consider, like you were saying, guys not being active. You know, if you're fighting once or twice a year and then you're going on pay-per-view with an opponent that maybe the fans aren't calling for, it could be a hard sell. So I was just curious on what your thoughts were. But I'm like you, man. Look, like I was telling the fans earlier, there's a business side to this too, and people have the right to make their money, right? And it's you work your whole life to get to a point, and then you get to choose how things go. I mean, everybody in this chat put in the same position. They're not letting nobody tell them what to do. So look, Tank, you know, he made his decision, his pay-per-view, and then he heard the chant.
But it's timing. I don't know. I think we need to ask Tank who he want to fight, how he see his future going.
Yeah.
How he see us, you know, how he see himself, you know, fighting the very best, or who he think, or if this is just going to be, you know, the pick'em, you know what I mean?
Facts.
The pick'em career where you can pick whoever you want to fight, and you know, it is what it is. And sometimes, you know, we all gonna be forced to earn our keeps eventually.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's coming. It's going to be the next young guy coming up, want to be in the same shoes Tank in. You feel me? And so we got to make room for those guys when it's there, when it's time. You know what I mean? And so this is when we have those big fights when a guy risk it all to prove that he's still the best in the world. That's what boxing is all about. It may take 2 or 3 years to get there, but that's what it's all about. Pushing these guys to the brinks, to the limit, and these guys, you know, solving the puzzle and coming out on the other side unscathed and still intact. That's what makes boxing the best sport, I believe. We take all the risks, man, and we in there by ourselves. You know what I mean? It's nobody we can have time out or come in for a minute. It's on you, and it's you against you, for real.
Got you. One of the last topics, and I just want to take like 2 fans' questions before you go. Devin lawsuit. If it were you, champ, would you prefer to get it back in the ring? You know, like they like to say, cliche statement, get it back in blood or in the courtroom. Do you think he's justified to do both? Fight him and sue him. What would you have done?
I don't know, bro. That's a tough one. I try to stay out of the personal stuff, man, because I try to just stick to boxing, the X's and O's.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Everybody got personal life. Everybody got issues, man, and we all trying to make it through the shit. You feel me? The best way we can. I just think I'd rather see Devin Haney in the ring fighting anyway. You know what I mean? Being the star that he is and winning. You know, so I hope that he can get his get back in the ring where, you know, we can settle everything in a rematch. You feel me? Everybody come to the table straight and everything, and we see who the best fighter is. You know, I just thought in that fight, still looking back, you know, Haney fought the wrong fight. I don't think he could have fought that fight and won any type of way. He should have boxed, the thing that he was mostly noted for. Get it into a thinking contest. Let's you feel me? Keep it up here and not in the physical. You feel me? Because Ryan was a little bit stronger than him physically, and he had the power. But if we doing a chess match, and you know what I mean, we boxing now, I got a better chance to use my skill set, to use my IQ. You feel me? Walk you into some good counter shots. And I think from round 1 on, Devin Haney was determined to do one thing. That's knock Ryan out.
Yeah, he was upset. He
fought with his emotions. If we rewind the fight and then get my man right, get him focused, we see a different fight.
Devin, you heard that? He might have something for you. There you go. Spence Fundora, last boxing topic. Spence Fundora, Spence's first fight back at 154. Long layoff, like you were just talking about. New weight class. Fundora's height, size. How do you see it playing out? And what do you think?
I mean, see, this is the thing. I'm honest to a fault sometimes. Personally, bro, from what I saw, I don't like the fight. I don't like the fight for Spence. And that's the truth.
Why?
The long layoff, inactivity, and you bringing him back against a killer like Fundora. Where are the tune-up fights at in the game anymore? Bring a guy back on a 8 round and let him brush himself off. I mean, he can be on the undercard. You feel me? But it's all or nothing, it seems like. And you know, we don't know what Spence is going to come back. Why put him under that fire against Fundora? Because Fundora coming to win. Fundora got that reach and that height. You feel me? How are we going to solve this?
If he's using the height, because he likes to fight on the inside, and that could favor Errol, no?
But if this guy is not a power puncher. He's a volume puncher. He's not a power puncher. Now, can Errol Spence walk him into a perfect counter shot and knock him out? Yeah, he can do that. But more likely, he's going to have to break Fundora down because Fundora ain't going to stop trying. He's going to have to break him down to the body and clip him up top. Now, we ain't seen Spence in a while. I just don't know what to expect coming off of that long layoff and that horrible loss to Crawford. That plays on you mentally, too. I mean, I just want to see how my man going to look. You feel me? Put him in there with somebody going to give him a few rounds. Now you can judge it and, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
But right out the gate, and we rolling the dice now because we don't know. We don't know what our man looking like unless he has I'm talking about a training camp from God, like a training camp that's really covering all the bases, and we know our guy ready. Then we put him in there prepared.
Like Rocky. By the way, only 1 of 3 men to ever be Rocky on film. If you didn't know, he got that too. Then the accolades.
Oh man,
the accolades get
adding up. They keep adding
My
up.
man be Rocky Balboa. I mean, how much better does it get than that? Last boxing question: If Spence wins this fight, Bud rematch. Is there any difference in that fight? Does it change? He beats Fundora. They're gonna line him up at 154 to fight Bud. That's gonna be the talk. Is there a different outcome?
It depends on what we see. It depends on what we see from Errol Spence. The jury is still out. He got a training camp. He got a chance to come in here and look spectacular against Fundora. But I'm just saying from a boxing standpoint, from what I know about the game, with that long layoff and having to erase that Bud fight, this is a challenge, a real challenge for Errol Spence.
Do we got a second for a fan question? One fan question. I got somebody who sent me this question days ago. I love to ask it for them. Kicks or Close 1983 on Instagram. Thank you for all your feedback as well, champ. Thank you for all your time. Before we ask that question, I appreciate you doing this. Again, Tarver's Take. That's where you get all this stuff. That's where you're going to hear all this stuff. Check it out. My man got some of the best breakdowns in boxing. FightHype is honored to have the champ on the Magic, man, doing it with us. And we look forward to potentially doing some more stuff. Going to get in the champs here a little bit. And my guy Slim's here and see what we could do. Maybe bring you a different look. But we'll talk about that later. Here's the question. Top five Florida fighters all time. Florida.
I'll say Roy Jones Jr., of course.
Respect.
Florida, even though Winky Wright is not from Florida. He represented Florida. No, Washington, D.C.
Oh, my bad. D.C. Yep.
Of course, myself. Florida. You would have to do a guy like, what's my man name from Jacksonville? Probably undisputed lightweight champion, Nate Campbell. And then we got a young boy right here from Orlando, Omari Jones. Just won a silver medal? Yep. Just won a bronze medal. I'm sorry. Just won a bronze medal. And I think this kid, if he gets with the right team and they start getting those lessons early, here's another guy that's going to be representing Florida for years to come. Beautiful guy, got a great family right here, born and raised in Orlando. And, you know, I think I was the only one that came from Orlando to make it that far. And so he's right behind me, you know, following my footsteps and going to be a great pro when he finally turned pro. Omari Jones, man, we got another one, Orlando. We got another one. So, you know, it just keep coming, man. And I want to say that Orlando, Florida, is becoming the mecca of boxing. Yep. You know, we got a lot of people. We got PBC in town. We had Jake Paul, MVP, come to town. They just left Tampa, his last fight against Mike Perry. You feel me? We got DAZN and Eddie Hearn coming right here to Orlando, Florida. So Orlando, when I was coming up, we didn't have a lot of boxing in the city. You feel me? But now I'm glad to say, man, on any given week, you can find championship boxing right here in my hometown, Orlando, Florida. Don't miss tomorrow night, Tim Tszyu headlining Amazon Prime right here at what's this? Caribe Royale, man. So Get here early. I don't know if the tickets are available, but it's right here, man. It's going to be a hell of a night of boxing. I'll be here, and I can't wait to see the legendary Zoo, Costa Zoo.
Yeah, we ran into him yesterday, yeah.
Costa Zoo, his father. I'm glad to see them back together too, man. It ain't no business like family business. You feel me? So I'm glad to see them guys working.
Champ.
My man. The kid, appreciate you,
Yo,
man.
respect the legend. Go back and watch this. We're going to have this all chopped up. We'll have all his takes. They'll be on Fight Hype. And, of course, keep up with him. Where?
Everywhere. Antonio Tarver, man. I'm in Tampa. And so, yeah, tap in.
There you go.
Tarver's Take on YouTube. Tarver's Take on YouTube. The most informative take in boxing. Just remember where you heard it first.
You heard it here second, probably. He said it on his first, but you heard it here second. Nah, we appreciate your time, champ. Everybody in the chat, rock with us for a second. I'm gonna walk the champ out. I'll be right back in literally 2-3 minutes. So stick with me. We're gonna go into the chat and we're gonna talk about some of what we just talked about. But we thank you so much, legend.
No problem.
All right, y'all be right back. Thank y'all. All right. I don't know if Minnesota Mick. Nah, I'm gonna chill with the fans for about another 10-15 minutes. We still got a bunch of people in here. Can't wait to read back some of what y'all wrote. Minnesota Mick, I know you was in here earlier. You were asking about Noonan Boy. Live and direct. I got Noonan Boy with me. Shout out to everybody in Australia. My boy Noonan Boy doing his thing. You see, we in America. He's here too. He's everywhere. So let's look at what the chat got to say. I don't know. Let's see. I tried to get some of y'all questions in. I know I couldn't get them all. We were limited on time. Say again?
You talking about Costa?
No. He just brought up Costa Zoo, the champ did, like running into Costa Zoo or something. He
Exclusive shit coming this afternoon with Costa. He's going to talk about some stuff that happened in 2005. Stay tuned on Fight Hype because we're bringing it to you live and direct. The busiest, the most informed. It's still 500 million ahead of everyone else.
Let's see.
1 minute.
Oh yeah, I'll make it even quicker. I got you. But anyway, yeah, guys, like my man just told you, Costa Zoo exclusive coming soon. He's giving y'all some tidbits from 05. I wonder what that could be because that was when Costa was, out there doing his thing, right? As some of his
I'll give you a little hint.
highlights. Go ahead, give us one.
It's about a fight that never happened, that could have happened back in 2004, 2005. And it's about my favorite fighter of all time. And everyone knows who that is. Floyd Money Mayweather, 50-0, undefeated, beating more champions than anyone. My greatest fighter of his era of all time. So I can't tell you what it's going to be about, but it's going to be good. So make sure you support the kid, Puerto Rican kid, at KG on Instagram. He's doing his thing out here. We're keeping very, very, very active. We're going to go on radio tonight at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Ooh.
Back into Australia.
What time is it over there?
It'll be 4 o'clock, which is prime time traffic.
4 p.m.
Yeah, prime time traffic. Radio back in Australia. But everyone keep supporting. Nah. We all good.
Do that.
Nah. I ain't about that shit.
Ben, he don't want to do that.
I'm Fight Hype.
I try to get him, Ben. I try to get him.
Shout out. I just fly under the radar, do my thing. You can catch me at Fight HQ.
There you go.
Sometimes I put a hat on. Some people that put a Fight HQ hat on, but everybody tune in this weekend. Tim Tszyu versus Bakram Murtazaliev. I think it's going to be a really cool fight. Don't sleep on Bakram. A lot of people don't know a lot about Bakram, but Bakram will come to fight. For those who don't know, Bakram's actually fought on a couple of Tim Tszyu undercards. Him and his team have kind of taken a few things a little bit personal this week. He's going to come to the center of the ring. Let's see if Tim Tszyu joins him in the center of the ring. He becomes a two-time world champion. All goes down tomorrow night live on Amazon Prime across the country, live from 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock back west. In Australia, you can check it out on Main Event and KO. All the people back there, we'll give it a shout out. And FightHype.com.
Yo, so really quick, get into the chat while y'all still rocking with us, and I appreciate that. Dave, so let me address that. Look, we talking about Canelo Beterbiev because whether you saying he's fighting the best in his weight class or not, I'll tell you this, Canelo's about his paper. And Canelo fighting Beterbiev in search of the bag would not be shocking or surprising to me. I could see that happening before I see the Benavidez fight happening. It just is what it is, right? But we'll have to wait and see. We don't know what's next. There's rumors. If you look at my man, Ben has actually been our owner and editor. He's been here in the chat speaking to y'all the whole time. And I think he dropped a gem in there for y'all on what he believes. And he's got a lot of insight is going to happen in May. So you take it for what it is.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Devin Haney ain't fighting Blair Cobbs next.
There you heard it from Nick Noonan, who's got a great relationship with the Haney team. There you go. We'll see, though. We'll see, Nick. We're causing trouble. We got
it's good. It's good. Listen here. This is what the sport,
let me get some Skittles, bro.
This is what the sport needs. Digitally transitioning. Fighters talking about fighters. Other fighters coming back. The kid getting involved. FightHype getting involved. Ben Thompson getting involved. Shout out to Ron IQ. Shout out to Frankie in LA. We covering it. They're talking about it. We're covering it. So no. Stay tuned for Devin Haney announcement very soon. And we're working on making Haney versus Cobbs. I get it. But that ain't the fight. Maybe that.
Let's talk about it.
I think that channel there is going to drop the Devin Haney news first.
Well, look, I don't doubt. There you go. So my man Nick might have some news on who Devin's intending to fight next. But I'll tell you this much: Devin versus Haney. And please, I'd love to get your insight, Nick. If you differ, we got a few minutes left, guys. I'll tell you, if y'all rocking with us, hang tight because we're not going to be on much longer.
What's the question?
Hold on. We're going to be on maybe 5-10 more minutes max, guys. So hang with us because we're going to try to talk about some stuff really quick. I was going to say Devin Haney versus Blair Cobbs. What I shared with the chat earlier, to me, makes sense, even though that might not be his designated next opponent. But he's had a hard time making 140. He's talked about making 147. Blair's at 147, just beat AB. Yeah. Devin talked about fighting AB. They both need a fight that takes him to the next level.
Never had it for AB.
Right? But he didn't. So why would a Blair fight not make sense? Because to me, that makes sense.
Haney want the money, and there's no money for
there you go. So the bread ain't there. Okay. And respect to that, because at the end of the day, I'm not here for free. Neither is Nick. So, I get it. We got to get our paper. Get our paper. Okay, let's see if I get another question for you, Nick, that you could give a take on real quick. I'm in that chat.
How was he? Was he good?
Oh, he killed it. I mean, the fans love it. They're in the chat saying it was a great interview. I appreciate y'all. Again, I'm FightHype, loyal to the soil. You see it's recorded, so now I can't take that back right now. For the rest of my life, you'll catch me right here. As long as I'm talking boxing, you're going to catch me on FightHype.
How long you been with the channel for?
Oh, with the channel almost a year and a half, going on 2 years. Yep. So, but definitely follow me at the Puerto Rican Kid KG. There's a lot of content on my page that redirects you back to FightHype so you can watch the full interview. So, there you go. What's it like interviewing Costa Tszyu, Nick?
He intense. He gave us a lot of time yesterday. So we were the first digital channel at FightHype to interview him one-on-one yesterday, which was really, really good. He speaks really, really well. But he never retired, I still think he feels that he still is a fighter when he talks, and he's quite articulate and short and sharp. So, but no, he's good.
And like you said, you got a gem coming from Costa Tszyu. Yeah, I took a photo of him earlier, and he shook my hand, and that man's still strong.
He knows. The thing is with Costa, we were talking last night. We had dinner. He knows about FightHype because he remembers when FightHype came on the scene very early in the days. And then he knows about when it went digital in the YouTube world, and he knows about what's happening. And it's great for him and his team. Shout out to Glenn Jennings, Tim Tszyu, and their team. And, the other channels that I run out there. we have a very good relationship with the zoos, and we'll always have that because we're real. If you're fake, you're going to get caught out with the zoos. But if you're real, we all good.
There you go. Real quick for the folks in the chat, like Mike J, who had great questions today. Spence's next fight is rumored to be Fundora. I don't know that is it signed? Is it official? No, I don't think so. But that's the rumored next fight, and it seems like it's gaining steam. Also, Dominique Corsalt, you asked some questions about like Undisputed and all that. Here's what I'll tell you guys. You know, we're working hard on Fight Hype. Right now, you're rocking with a segment that we like to call No Holds Bar. You'll get a lot more of these episodes. I have other ones lined up already. We bring the fighters on, bring the notables on, boxing adjacent folks on. We get what they've got going on to you first, and then we get their thoughts on everything boxing. But we have another segment that we're working on, Beyond the Hype. Be on the lookout. Beyond the Hype will take you A to Z through a fighter story. So I'm looking to get some names on there. I don't want to say anything prematurely, but trust me, those kind of questions that y'all putting on there that I didn't get to ask a champ today are the kind of things that I would ask him in that longer form interview.
Champ, the Tarver champ.
Yep, yeah, the Tarver champ, not this champ. You a champ too, though. But yeah, so again, you know, rock with us Beyond the Hype. We got something brewing. We're cooking. We working. We staying busy. The busiest boxing channel today in the United States. Don't forget that. I'm everywhere. Sometimes I don't even know how, but I'm everywhere. Champ, thank you so much. We're gonna talk. We killed it. You killed it. You killed it. Come say bye to the chat. Champ is gonna say bye to y'all real quick. He's still with us.
That go live, me, you, Danny Green, and you did the go live.
Yeah.
Harper, remember one thing. Tell the people who is the hardest puncher that's ever hit you.
Danny Green hit me, man. He caught me with a left hook. I had to get him out of there the next round.
Good luck, champ. Man, y'all ready? Look. On that note, I don't think there's much more we can say. I want to thank you guys. Yeah, he is. He's really dope. He's a cool guy. Thank you guys for rocking with us. Follow my man Nick Noonan Boy Promotions. Fight HQ, Australia's best, and in the States. Don't get it twisted.
Boxing Worldwide on Instagram.
There you go. Fight Hype for sure.
Australian Boxing Central.
There you go.
TCB Network.
There you go. Say we not busy.
Grand Tassie Brown in Saudi Arabia.
Say we not busy.
How many channels are under Fight Hype now?
Come on, man.
You don't even know some of the channels that are under, man.
Man, I'm just out here working. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm doing myself.
22 channels.
Oof. 22 channels.
So 2025, we ain't playing.
God. Foot on the pedal. Foot on the pedal, y'all. So rock with us. Again.
Support the kid.
Thank you. The Puerto Rican Kid KG. Follow me. I'm out here. I'm active. And with that, we're going to say peace. Oh, almost. Nick, Diddy. What you think about Diddy? Nick got an interesting take on this. Diddy, what you think about him in this case?
Who answered that? Is that from Ben?
That's from Ben.
you struck him. Terrible. Sad. Not good. Got denied bail on
again
Monday.
Oh damn.
Yeah. We I got to go back to Los Angeles and terrible, disgusting, and everything will come out. Darkness always comes to light. You know what I mean? And everyone can have an opinion on certain things, but he in big trouble.
He in big trouble.
And some other brothers are in some trouble too.
Let me ask you this question, and I'm sorry guys, but we were asked to wrap it here, so I got to wrap this up. But I want to get just one question out to you, Nick. Do you have any firsthand experience with a Diddy party, Diddy situation adjacent? Yeah. Anything you can share?
I've been to a Diddy party in a nightclub, not at the house.
Okay.
So I haven't been to Star Island.
Okay.
I haven't been to Holmby Hills. I haven't been to the one in New York, but I've been to his nightclub parties. I've met Diddy. I hung out with him.
Yeah.
No photos though.
Yeah.
I've hung out with him. He was a cool cat back then, but then he changed. Money and the power got him. You know what I mean? That's why I always say this. Listen here. I'm going to tell everyone this. This is my respect for Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather had got more money than anyone, but never changed. No drugs, no alcohol, no bullshit, always kept on point. A lot of these other brothers in the entertainment industry and that, as they got bigger, they got more money, lost control. You look at Floyd the other day, 402 million New York State prime real estate, 402 million in cash. Like, who's doing that? I don't see Jay-Z and Dame and all these guys doing it. Or Diddy doing it.
Shout out to Dame.
No, I love Dame. But what I'm trying to say is in the culture, you know what I mean? Floyd on a whole different level, but doesn't put it out there like that. Where Sean Combs, my experience with him, I hung around him in 1999. I've hung around with him in 05. I was at a party with him in 2013. Ben knows this because he saw the story. Man, he was cool. He was doing his thing. But what happened between the 13 and now? Extra money becomes more power. You get away with more stuff and it becomes crazy. And it got really crazy. And for some individuals, and shout out to Ben, you know what I mean? I don't know if you've got a daughter, but if you had a daughter that went through some of the shit that these people did to these girls and young individuals, and I'm going to say it now. You're going to hear it on FightHype. I've seen the tapes.
Oof.
I've seen some tapes.
Oof.
And it's not good.
Oof.
But the thing is, like, it's not a laughing manner.
No.
It's serious. And it's Brian Custer's in the building. What's up, bro?
Brian, don't be shy,
anyway,
man. You
that's
come
it.
say what up.
Cool.
Yeah, it's the Wayne, Brian.
You're running it. With
Listen,
Keith Thurman.
We got a wrap.
You're running it with Keith
Appreciate
Thurman.
Brian, you want to say what up to the fans? We on FightHype.
How we doing? FightHype. What's
Look.
up? What's up?
Legendary.
What's up?
Legendary. Brian Custer right
Make
here.
sure you
man.
check out Brian Custer live today at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 o'clock back West, and tomorrow night, pay-per-view live.
No, not pay-per-view.
No, it's free.
It's
free.
Maybe I chucked that in for a reason. Stu versus Benavidez,
Legend.
8 o'clock.
Thank you,
Eastern.
Brian. And with that, I mean, don't get no better. We out here. We busy.
Oh, yeah.
We out. Thank y'all. Rock with us. You know where to find us. Puerto Rican Kid KG. FightHype. Peace.